From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up with us on this finally Friday morning. So good to have you here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Sawyer, happy Friday to you too.
Happy Friday, Matthew.
Thank you. I'm getting our stream set up so I can look at your comments below. Let us know where you're watching from. Did you have any grads walk the stage yesterday? And also take us with you wherever you go. Download our app on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. You can watch Sawyer and I from 5 to 7 a.m. every weekday morning right here on Wake Up West Texas Extra, and then 7 to 9 a.m. right here on, 5 to 7 on Wake Up West Texas. This is Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9. We just add that extra word because there's a lot of extra news, extra weather, and extra fun here on the show. And what a day today's going to be. Coming up a little bit later in our show, we're going to be joined live by Lauren Munt over on the last day of school for Midland ISD. She'll be over at Scarborough Elementary School over in West Midland, a school that we've covered in the past before. Always good to see them. We usually cover first day of school, but this is special because it is the final day for Midland ISD. Not only that, but it's also a half day. They're going to get about lunchtime.
Yeah, so, they're starting at, 8, and they're done by 11.
Ish, yeah, around that point. No exact time frame, but yes, we'll have that coming up a little bit later in our show. In the meantime, let's get to West Texas Weighs In, our polls of the hour. Let's see what our first one is. Our first poll is, what type of sporting event would you most want to attend? A football game, a basketball game, a baseball game, soccer game, a hockey game, or other? Let us know. What a great question, especially as we head into the summer months there.
I came up with this.
Did you? I was saying it's a great question.
I thought of it last night.
So what would you pick? I'm curious.
I'm the one who put hockey game.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
So there is some background there. I've never been to a professional hockey game. I mean, I've been to the Jackalopes.
Sure.
But I've never been to
like an NHL.
A national. Yes. I was supposed to go to one with my dad. In April of 2020.
Oh boy.
And you can guess what happened there.
Right.
COVID shut everything down. So we were supposed to go see the Avalanche play, and they're in the playoffs right now, once again for, I don't know, the third or fourth year in a row.
Right.
Playing the Golden Knights right now, so they're on the second round of playoffs. And I chose hockey game because I would like to go see an Avs game in person, especially because it got canceled when I was supposed to go.
That's pretty interesting. Okay. Yes. Well, unfortunate, but hopefully it's coming soon for you.
Yes, very unfortunate.
In the meantime, I like baseball games, I do. I would like to go to a MLB game. That would be probably on my list of things to do, like a Texas Rangers game or something of the sort. But if I had to pick a sporting event of any, it would probably be a Sporting Clays national event. I've recently got into that, and I really think that would be a cool thing to go to. Is like the big competition. The biggest one in the world held in San Antonio.
Wow.
And so it's pretty cool. It's the National Sporting Clays event, and so I'd like to go to that and maybe even compete. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Spectator sport usually? Okay.
Yeah, you can now be out there and go and watch, or you can go and shoot, go practice, shoot. It's a very welcoming community for sure, and so I think that'd be something I'd like to do.
That's interesting and a good.
Isn't that fascinating? Something different, right?
Yeah,
something different.
Something off the beaten path, I guess.
Or ultimate frisbee. That's another one on my list. I think I'd like ultimate frisbee.
Okay.
I've seen that on YouTube. Pretty cool. And yes, and it definitely would be. I don't think I could do it. You have to have a certain type of athletic build for ultimate frisbee. Now, for shooting sporting clays, I can definitely do that. But ultimate frisbee, I don't know. There's a lot of jumping involved, high jumping. Nice. So taller guys typically better for that. Fun. Let's take a look now. And gals, don't forget, there's a female and male league. Pretty awesome.
Interesting.
Staying with sporting clays. Which place feels like it hides the most mysteries? Wow. Don't get me into this. Let's see. The ocean depths, a dense forest, an ancient cave, the Arctic wilderness, a medieval castle, or other? Let us know. I think we know the kind of the obvious one here.
The ocean.
The ocean.
Yes.
We all agree we don't know what's in the ocean.
No.
Obviously, the government's now telling us the space aliens are in the ocean or something like that.
80% of the ocean is
uncharted.
Explored. Yes.
So that's the kind of obvious one, which makes me not want to pick that one.
I kind of feel like a dense forest has
scary, like the unexplored wilderness.
Or there's reports of voids where you step through a time loop.
Sure.
And you walk through a void and you end up in a different point in time. Or people just go missing randomly from the woods because they step through a void.
I hear that about the Bermuda Triangle, kind of similar to that.
Similar, yes.
I like where this conversation's going. It's sci-fi-y.
Or like, obviously, Bigfoot, you know.
That's what I'm thinking.
Shapeshifters.
Or what's that one that...
The Chupacabra.
There we go. Shout out.
I'm feeling forest.
So
For sure.
forest, I like that. Okay.
That's what I'm going to choose.
I will go with also a medieval castle.
Ooh.
I have read so many crazy things about I'm talking big European, massive complexes, not just like some you see in like Ireland, stuff like that, the one single building. I'm talking about like the multi-complex ones that are partially even buried because they're so old. Those I think would be fascinating to see because there's so many areas that could be like, hidden passages and things like that. I'm thinking also, but on this list, we could add maybe the pyramids. The amount of mysteries that are inside of those things because they're
there's
unexplored.
like mazes in there.
Exactly, and so that's what I'm thinking
And
of too.
booby
So,
traps.
just curious, let us know what you think because
It's a little random,
It's
but-
random, but I like to hear about it because there are all these weird things we like to talk about. They're funny. So
Yes.
let's enjoy that. We want to hear from you this morning on this Finally Friday.
It's a Friday.
Yeah, it's a Friday. We want to have some fun with
have
these
some fun,
questions. That's
yes.
right. In the meantime, why don't we take a live look outside this morning over the skies of Pecos. Interesting out there this morning. That sunrise. I wish you could have seen it. What, 10
I
minutes
think
ago?
we can. Let's go back and look what our
Oh.
clip is. Let's see what it
Fantastic.
looks
Sawyer
like.
can turn back the clock.
I can actually.
Fantastic.
Give me 2 seconds.
Me too. Let me adjust some things here too.
There we go. Play out clip. Let's see what the clip is.
Let's look and see what we have here.
No, it's the same.
It's the same thing. Okay.
We can do. Let's see if the
We have to
time
let it
lapse is
load a
ready
little
yet.
bit.
Time lapse is not ready yet, but we can do the clip archive,
Okay.
and that goes to. Here we go. I don't know if I can play. Yeah, I can. Okay, ready?
Let's see. Wow, look at that. Great clip. You literally turned back time. That's pretty neat.
I did, and then I have another snapshot.
So this was a little bit ago, in case you're wondering. That's pretty cool. What a beautiful sunrise. Good morning to you in Pecos there.
And then
This
here
morning.
is
Happy
this one.
Friday. Let's see this one. Okay. Oh, that's the one we were looking
Yeah,
at. That's the
that
clip.
was-
So this is about 6:58,
Yeah,
6:59 if I had to
Wake
guess.
Up West Texas.
Yes. Really, really good.
6:59 is what it says.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you, Sawyer. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
you're welcome.
In the meantime, now for a look this morning at your Morning Extra.
Headlines that you need to know on this Friday, May 22nd.
We're going to begin this morning tracking crime, where we have an update for you out of Alpine. We're learning new details and getting a look at the man who was arrested after a standoff at a Holiday Inn. This is a look at 43-year-old Jared Shipman of San Angelo. The Alpine Police Department says they were called to the hotel about an aggravated assault. Police say the victim told them she was on a date with Shipman when he began to sexually assault and choke her. Shipman then showed a firearm, put it against the victim's head, and threatened to kill her. The victim was able to escape and call for help. Shipman stayed in the room, but eventually came out willingly and was arrested. He was taken to the Brewster County Jail. He's facing multiple charges. In Odessa, police arrested a man for vandalizing the fallen officer memorial outside of OPD headquarters. 35-year-old John Adam Zuniga has been charged with criminal mischief. Back on May 17th, OPD responded to a report that he'd used a metal pole to destroy an electrical meter belonging to Encore. He also damaged that statue in front of OPD. It's $88,000 worth of statue. Zuniga was charged in connection to damaging that statue, as well as another incident at a gas station nearby. In Reeves County, Sheriff Art Granado telling First Alert 7 that the adult probation office in Reeves County got an anonymous call from a man claiming there was a bomb in the building. It happened about 4:15. Multiple agencies went to the probation office and cleared it at about 6:15 in the afternoon. The investigation is still ongoing.
And the Region 18 Education Service Center held its second annual Community Resource Fair in Midland yesterday, connecting attendees with local organizations and resources that they might need.
The fair also provided opportunities for students, families, and school district employees to meet with community organizations. Around 40 booths were there, giving information and allowing the community to discover what resources are available to them.
Resources, activities, things that they can use within their homes or within the community, and just be aware of what's out there. Our true role here is to bring engagement, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. We had such great luck last year with everything, so we hope to keep this going every year.
Region 18 is one of 20 education service centers within the state, and it serves 33 school districts and 7 charter schools across 19 counties here in West Texas, aiming to improve student performance and help school districts operate more efficiently. And news in the community now. Share Southwest is a high school foreign exchange program and is looking for host families for their upcoming group of students.
That's right. The goal is to provide an opportunity for people of different cultures to learn about other views and ways of life. The Share Student Exchange Program sponsors high school students from all around the world. Students study abroad and attend the local high school in the district where the host family lives. Students are matched with a host family based on interest and personalities. If anyone's interested in hosting, they must be at least 24 years of age and pass a background check and speak English in your household.
Exchange students are expected to participate as active members of the family household, as well as to share their own country's culture, politics, and recipes.
Different cultures and the cultures coming together to become one. And I also think that that's important just for society as a whole, just to learn from different cultures, because everywhere in the world, everybody's different, but everybody matters.
While they are here, students are considered family and community members.
That was a look at your morning extra today.
You can find all the latest news, weather, and sports by logging on to firstalert7.com or mobile news app, or by following the First Alert 7 Facebook page.
Let's take a live look outside. 7:14 on this finally Friday morning. We saw that brilliant iCam a little bit earlier in Pecos. This is now Midland, I-20. Looking nice out there, Sawyer.
Yeah, not too bad of a start to the day. A little bit hazy, a little bit humid. We are looking at a nicer day overall as we continue throughout our Friday.
For sure. And take us with you wherever you go. Download us on your app, connected TV, phone, or tablet. We're going to join Lauren Munt out at Scarborough Elementary School for the last day of school after the break. Stay with us. .17 already on this finally Friday morning. It's a special day.
Yeah, final day of school for those MISD kiddos. I got to go out there for the first day of school,
Yes.
and now Lauren Munn is out for the last day of school over at Scarborough Elementary in Midland. Lauren, how's it looking this morning? Are those kiddos excited for their final day of school?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Matthew. Matthew. Yeah, they're very excited. I haven't seen too many of them yet. They're kind of just arriving. They've kind of just started their drop-off process. But yeah, the ones that I have seen have been very, very excited. We've seen lots of moms taking pictures of their kids. You know, they got to recreate that first day photo to that last day photo. So I've seen a lot of that. But overall, pretty exciting, pretty fun experience here at Scarborough Elementary.
Looks like a great time. A lot of people arriving there at Scarborough. It's a nice and sunny day. Luckily, the weather, Sawyer, turned out nice for the last day of school, I should say.
Yeah, you know, definitely a nice start to the day. It is going to be a warm one, though, but no storms or very slim chances of storms today. So for those graduations, I know we were concerned yesterday. Shouldn't be an issue today.
Not too bad today. So glad to see that, Lauren. And out there, it looks really nice, of course. Like we said, a lot of kids gathering currently right now. Do you know their bell schedule when they do get into class?
Don't ask me hard questions, Matthew. No, I'm not sure. I am meeting with the principal in just a few minutes. We'll be talking to her. I can get that information. But no, I'm not aware of their bell schedule right now.
Okay, I was just curious because I know they have a half day today. They're going to get out a little bit earlier than normal for Midland ISD parents to keep that in mind, of course, as they do arrive for their final day of school. But there's a lot going on. Are they gathering quite a bit behind you? I see the buses moving around. Can you give us an idea of what you're seeing right behind you?
I was going to say here, I can step out of the way so you can actually see what's going on a little bit behind me. Yeah, the bus is arriving. Drop off going a little slow. Like I said, not everyone's quite here yet. It's not quite that time for that first bell to ring. We're about like 20 minutes early. So, you know, kind of just a slow start to that last day. But it's been super fun. All these kids are very excited. You can see kind of, I think the principal just popped out. She's looking for me. But yeah, lots of fun, very excited kiddos this morning here on that last day of school for Scarborough Elementary.
Okay, that sounds exciting. Is a principal going to come over and talk to us here in a minute?
Yes, but she said 7:20, so maybe in just a few minutes. She should, but I think that she's also welcoming those kids on the bus and stuff. So we'll see how long that takes.
That's wonderful. Okay, yes. Well, we appreciate her if she comes over and says hello for Scarborough Elementary School, wrapping up their, well, starting off, I should say, their very last day of school, wrapping up the school year.
Yes.
Always a fun time. We were discussing showing our graduation photos from back when for
we're
high
going to
school.
pull those up. So Lauren, if you have yours, send those over
I've
to
got
us.
some.
We're going to add them into our
I'll
show.
send some.
Yes, if you would. That would
I was actually, I have mine because I was just looking at it because my brother's last day of school, well, I guess was Tuesday for Lee High School, and his graduation's tonight. And so my mom wants to recreate the photos of all of us graduating. So all of my siblings, we've all taken a photo outside of our graduation. And so I was literally just looking at my graduation photo earlier this morning to send to my mom so that we could recreate all of them for this year from the last month child graduating.
That's really cool. Okay, that would be really neat to show as well, that kind of collage and looking
Yeah,
at it through the
that'll be
years.
fun.
I think that's really, really exciting, of course. And looking forward to seeing all the Scarborough kids continue to show up around you there at Scarborough. Can you give us an idea for those who are not in Midland ISD wondering, watching this on Facebook or maybe on the First Alert 7 News app, can you describe where Scarborough Elementary School is for those wondering?
Scarborough Elementary School, hi, the little children waving, they're so cute. Scarborough Elementary is inside Grasslands neighborhood, so kind of just off of Loop 250 and like in between Wadley and 191, just tucked in that Grasslands neighborhood.
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you very much for giving us a reference. West Midland, a very popular part of Midland, very booming part of the city as well. But very excited to see what they have planned for last day of school. Hopefully some students will come up to you, Lauren, and say hello a little bit later. We'd love to have them popping up on Wake Up West Texas Extra as the bus drop-off does continue here in just a moment. And we'll check in with Lauren throughout the rest of Wake Up West Texas Extra as well.
Yes, definitely more to come there from Scarborough Elementary and MISD for their final day of the 2026 school year.
All right, Lauren, we'll let you go for now. We'll check in with you here in just a little bit on our news and weather update. In the meantime, we'll be right back in just a few minutes for that news and weather update on First Alert 7.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 7:26 on this finally Friday morning. The last day of school for Midland ISD. We'll be joined by Lauren Munt out at Scarborough Elementary School in Midland. But Sawyer, how's the weather shaping up today?
Yeah, not too bad of a start to our day, and we are going to see those highs in the 80s and 90s by this afternoon and evening. Still looking at the chance for some isolated to scattered strong severe thunderstorms for those eastern portions of the region. Coming up tonight, lows into the 50s and 60s, 63 for Midland and Odessa under partly cloudy skies. This weekend not looking too bad, still hanging on to some slight rain and storm chances along with those below normal temperatures as we continue throughout the rest of the extended forecast.
Oh, well, let's talk last day of school. Like we said, the weather's shaping up nicely today, which is nice to hear about. Let's join First Alert 7's Lauren Munt out at Scarborough Elementary School for their last day of school. Lauren, good morning.
Good morning, Matthew. Yeah, that's right. I'm here with Assistant Principal Jessica Brown. Jessica, how are you feeling today?
Very excited. I just finished my first year as baby principal this year, so I'm very excited.
So you've completed one full year of that. What have you noticed is different from that first day of school to today?
Lots of things. I know the children a lot better. There's some besties that I have that are very special and dear to my heart. I have a sixth grader who's graduating to junior high today. And so that's kind of bittersweet, but I'm excited that I got to spend this year with him. I learned a lot of things. I'm a principal fellow that's now the assistant principal, and so that has been a huge difference from day one to now.
And how are you feeling about some of those sixth graders leaving Scarborough Elementary this year?
We had a really great group this year, and so I'm really sad to see them go. There's some good great kids. And, you know, as a mom, I'm really nervous about my kid going to junior high, but I think he'll be fine.
All right, well, we've got only just a couple of seconds. What do you want your students to know as they head into the summer break?
First of all, to be safe and to have fun and enjoy their break and be excited for next year to come back.
All right, thank you so much, Jessica, and happy last day of school.
Thank you. Thank you.
Matthew, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you guys in studio. We're going to have more last day of school coverage here from Scarborough Elementary all morning long.
All right, Lauren, thank you very much for your live coverage out at Scarborough Elementary School for Midland ISD's last day of school. Sawyer, just takes me back to those last days of school. Always a good feeling.
It definitely does. I wish we had summer break as adults.
Me too. Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Goodness, all right. We'll have another check of the news and weather coming your way in half an hour. Keep it here on First Alert 7.
From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
At 7:32 on a finally Friday morning, good to have you with us. We want to say good morning to Belinda. She said, good morning, Sawyer and Matthew. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful day.
Good morning, Belinda.
And Gilbert Salgado's with us. Good morning to you. He says, good morning, Friday. Or Good Friday morning, yeah, with the
Yes, it is a
sunflower.
very good Friday morning.
It is.
Very
It's
nice
also
day.
last day of school for Midland ISD. Half day for them. There's other school districts across the area, so many different school
Yes,
districts. So
there are.
if it's your last day of school, you know of one that we're not talking about, put
Let
it in
us
the
know,
comments.
yes.
Yeah, we want to hear about it. Something else we're talking about, your money. With interest rates still high, borrowing money is more expensive than it's been in years. And a lot of Americans are making credit mistakes that they don't even realize.
In this Watching Your Wallet consumer investigator Rachel DePompa sits down with a Nerd Wallet credit expert to clear up some big myths about your credit score.
Let's dive right in. Myth number one, that you have to carry a small balance on your card from month to month to improve your credit score. Sarah Rathner, a personal finance expert with NerdWallet, says not true.
And what you're doing in this instance is you're needlessly paying interest on a balance that's small enough that you might be able to afford to just pay it off entirely and not carry any credit card debt at all. And the thing is, you can build and establish your credit in a really good way by paying all of your bills in full on time every month.
Myth number two, that you should have one credit score, that what you see maybe in your banking app is your score. Rathner says, not true.
That is one of many scores that you have. It's a way to see generally where you are, but it is not necessarily the same credit score that a lender is going to be using when they are evaluating a loan or a credit card application that you fill out.
And myth number three, once you've paid off a card, you should close your account immediately. Rathner says while that can be a good move if it's a card that's been getting you into trouble because you keep using it, she says there are alternatives because closing a credit card account can affect your credit score. She says it can knock you down a couple of points temporarily and adjust your total credit limit, which can affect the percentage of credit you are using, and it can reduce the average age of your credit accounts. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
You know, many of us have been lucky enough to have one set of twins in our class growing up, but one Missouri elementary school is not just two turning heads.
As Local News Live Steve Harris shows us, this kindergarten class is taking twinning to a whole new level.
I hope you're good with numbers, because this story at St. Patrick's School in Winsville's got 'em. 23 backpacks on hooks, 20 footprints on the floor, and 3 kindergarten classrooms in which you'll find these 10 kids with 5 last names.
My name's Salo and this is my brother. My name is Cody. My name's Owen, this is my brother. My name's Nolan. My name's Molly and this is my brother. My name's Andrew. My name's Hazel, this is my brother. My name's Justin, My name's Joe, this is my brother. My name is James.
Did you catch that? 5. Count 'em, 5 sets of twins.
It's a blast.
Jill Gould is the principal.
When they started registering, we thought it was kind of funny after the first couple. And then we got a third set, then a fourth, and then a fifth. And they were all boy-girl.
They split them up in the classrooms.
Having them in separate classrooms has been unique because they've learned their own autonomy. They've gained their own individuality.
But at recess,
Hi, Mom.
the bond is back.
We make forts together? Yeah.
Forts?
Well, I'm a master fort builder.
He's also got some sick dance moves.
I like playing with my sister because I don't like playing by myself.
At 5 or 6 years old, they were all born around the time of the COVID quarantine.
Yeah, do the math.
I was never very good at math. So what are the odds of having 5 sets of twins in the same kindergarten class of 70? Well, I Googled it, and here's the answer. Quoting Google, this scenario is not just rare, it is mathematically miraculous. Makes sense? Steve Harris, First Alert 4.
Do you ever feel like you're laying in bed at night and you simply can't get any rest? Maybe feeling anxious? Well, joining us now to discuss this is Christy Edwards with Centers for Children and Families. Christy, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Matthew.
So good to have you here. So the question is, of course, why do we feel so anxious at night? Why does this happen, and is there anything we can possibly do about it?
So anxiety can surface at any time, but there are a few reasons it may feel more intense at bedtime. Most of us are incredibly busy during the waking hours, and our attention is pulled in many different directions. So we have limited time to think about our worries. At night, while we lie in bed, there are fewer distractions from the thoughts that make us anxious.
Christy, how can we slow our anxious thoughts at nighttime?
Since better sleep helps decrease our anxiety, general good sleep hygiene practices like going to bed, waking up at the same times every day, avoiding screens before bedtimes can help. These additional tips might help address anxious bedtime thinking as well. So establish a caffeine cutoff. Caffeine's half-life is approximately 5 hours, meaning if you have an 8-ounce cup at 4, you'll still have half that cup's caffeine in your system by 9. That's a problem because caffeine not only keeps you awake, it's also known for making anxiety symptoms worse. Instead, consider sipping your last cup of coffee at least 10 hours before your bedtime. Put your worries onto paper. If you're prone to overthinking at night, like many of us are, experts recommend writing in a journal at the end of the day. Sometimes our ballooning to-do list can make us stressed. Some examples are, write these down. I need to buy milk, or send an email to so-and-so. Writing these down can keep the thoughts from creeping up later. In a recent study, researchers found that those who spent only 5 minutes writing to-do lists before going to sleep fell asleep faster than those who wrote in their journal about tasks they had already completed. So thirdly, give yourself something to look forward to. If you lie in bed thinking about how much you hate your job, the pile of work on your desk, family dysfunction, and other things, then of course you're not going to sleep well. But if you give yourself something to look forward to in the morning, going on a walk with a friend, listening to a favorite podcast or favorite music, anticipating your favorite morning beverage, you have positive thoughts to draw on, which can replace the negative ones that keep you awake. So optimism in general has been linked with better sleeping, so incorporating a few of these suggestions might help quiet your bedtime thoughts. If you consistently wake up tired and stressed despite trying these things, might be time to consult a therapist or a doctor for additional help.
Okay, time now to take a look at your last day of school coverage. Let's listen to this interview being recorded right now at Midland ISD Scarborough Elementary School from the student here.
And you are having your last day now. What are you most excited for summer?
Most excited for is after school today, I'm gonna go to Lubbock, and I'm gonna stay a week there, and I'm just gonna have fun, play with my Aunt Sarah and my grandma. They're really awesome, and they support me very much through all my things.
Is there anything that you want your friends to know before next year?
For next year, no, I don't.
Do you want to shout out any of your friends from this year?
Oh yeah, shout out to Dawson, Jake, who else is there? Wyatt, Hernandez, and Kevin Yang.
Anything else you want to add, Eli, about this year at Scarborough Elementary? No. All right. Thank you. You're good. Thank you.
Look how nice Eli was. I think that was his name. We called his name.
Yes, that is what Lauren said. So
Oh,
that was
nice.
so sweet. I love his outfit for the final day of school, and just so fun.
It's really fun indeed. I'm so glad to be able to listen to that. We saw him pop up. We're like, oh, well, let's listen to hear what he's saying. And he was giving a shout out to his friends and saying he's actually going to take a trip to celebrate the last day of school.
To Lubbock.
To Lubbock specifically. Yes. Pretty cool there. So we're getting a look. We can take up Lauren's camera one more time just to look at what they're looking at. They are the Scarborough Wranglers. Reminds me of OC's thing. That's great.
Probably.
Principal we heard from a little bit earlier as you're looking live there at Scarborough Elementary School. Lauren, I don't know if you can hear us. Are you able to say hi to us this morning? Or are you still busy?
We were all on. They're talking to me. Hi, I'm here. Yes, I can hear you. I was just talking to some family of Eli's. It'll air at noon today. Thank you.
Well, good morning. Glad to have you here.
Talking to Eli's friends and family. Good morning. Yes, we're here at Scarborough Elementary. Super, super fun. The kids are starting to arrive. In fact, you don't want to see me. You want to see how cute these little children are that are heading to their last day of school. We'll step out of frame here so you can see them a little bit better. Sorry, I'm going to adjust the camera. But yeah, super fun, super exciting. These kids are just ready to to end this chapter of their lives at elementary school. Some of them, 6th graders who are moving on to that junior high level, not moving too far, Abel Junior High just down the street. But yeah, they're very excited. But a lot of these kids also just ready to have summer and then head into their new school years. Next year they'll be a year older and experiencing new things and having fun with all of their friends that they met this year or maybe new friends. So we've seen a lot of kids. They've had a lot of fun. They're super excited about the news crew being here.
Absolutely. We got to hear from, who was that, Eli earlier, Lauren? He was great.
Eli, yes. So Eli is the assistant principal's son, actually. So we saw Miss Brown a little bit earlier here on Wake Up West Texas Extra, and that was her son kind of talking to us about what it's been like to be here on campus with his mom and just in general. Did you see that sweet little hug? All these kids, they love their teachers.
That's fantastic. I mean, it's a great time, brings back good memories there. The crosswalks are doing their job. A lot of kids walking into school. I know you're trying to get interviews done at the same time. And we saw you setting it up and just wanted to pop in and say hello as a lot of traffic's moving along smoothly. Class, ideally, probably about to get into session here any minute now.
It's like 7:50 or 7:55.
Yeah, it's before 8.
I believe so. They've got their 6th grade walkthrough at 7:55.
Okay, wonderful there.
So
and it's definitely slowed down
6th graders
since you
walking
first
around
arrived, is that right?
7:55, so I think they'll all be there. Yes, for sure. It was funny when I first arrived, it was like kind of slow. There was nobody here, and then all of a sudden a big group showed up. You've got that line, that carpool line kind of filling up a little bit. But look at them. They've got cupcakes for their treats for today. I know that Miss Brown did mention there's a lot of parties happening. Some of these kids you might see in pajamas. We have seen several of those. I think the younger kids are having a bit of a pajama party, which who wouldn't want to do that on the last day of school?
That's right.
I think we should have done that
Okay.
for work. Oh, see these cuties in their pajamas.
Yes, we see them there. Okay, we're going to check in with you a little bit later, Lauren. We'll let you get back to getting interviews and video. In the meantime, though, we want to show our graduation photos. I finally got those put into the show as a carousel. This is Lauren.
I stole this from her Facebook page.
Yes,
Sorry,
we took
Lauren.
this. And then there's me. And then there is, almost there, Sawyer.
Yes.
There we
there's
go.
Me.
Look at that. Very nice. I like the color, actually. The white robe. It looks, or gown, excuse me.
We were
white gown.
white and blue. The boys wore blue and the girls
Really?
wore
Okay,
white.
they split up. Okay, that's interesting. I, of course, have my Odessa High School Broncos year. That was actually my graduation party, so that was well after I graduated. We held
you were
it later.
still wearing your
Still had it all
cap and
together.
gown.
Yeah, so that's close enough there, and we appreciate. And Lauren looks very nice as well with that Lee High School maroon color. So just giving us a sneak peek. Let us know if you have any graduates you want to share with us. We love to see graduation photos, by the way. Especially, I remember my pre-K graduation, same kind of get up. I do have that photo, but I'm not in my gear, unfortunately. So I know. I'll have to sift through that.
I didn't do pre-K. I have kindergarten somewhere, and it's a physical copy.
It's a physical copy, yeah.
I think it might be in my baby book at home or something.
It's it's
yes.
tucked away.
And then middle school, we didn't have any regalia or anything. We wore dresses. It was called crossover. It wasn't even called graduation. It was 8th grade crossover.
Okay, which is a nice term for it because you're going up from middle school into the big high school as well. Okay.
That's so fun, though. I'm glad we were able to get those in the show.
So nice.
And show off our high school graduation photos. And I think we all look pretty much the same.
Especially me. I'm going to say I don't change a whole lot. I've looked like this since I was 2. In a suit and all. Ready to go. Goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Before we go to break, I want to show you the 10-day forecast just so we can look it over a little bit more in case you do have graduations coming up as well. Look at that. It's not bad, really. The temperature's not bad, but there are spurts of rainfall throughout the forecast.
Yeah, today it is going to be hot, so we are going to see the highs back into the 90s. 90 today for the Midland Odessa area under mostly sunny skies. We do have about a 5 to 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms, but that is quite slim. 86 Saturday and Sunday, still hanging on to some slight rain and storm chances. The biggest threat for storms today is going to be east of our area, or at least the Midland Odessa area, and I'll pull up that severe weather outlook for today to see if they have updated that since.
Belinda says, great pictures, you look great.
Thank you. Yeah, I think we look basically the same. Lauren looks slightly different, but you can tell that it's Lauren.
Ginger hair, stuff like that.
You can tell that it's Lauren for sure.
For sure.
But I look pretty much the same. Matthew looks the same. So
definitely.
And what, you're going on
10 years this year. This next month is 10 years at the station and 10 years from high school. I started here 3 days out of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm on 8 years, and then Lauren's, I think, on 7.
7, yeah. Because y'all are, that's good. Wow, the time flies, let me tell you. Goodness gracious.
You're going to a reunion if y'all have one.
I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to look at that. I'll have to look on the Facebook page. I think there might be, but I have to see if the date's available.
I don't know if I'll go to my tent, but
Because if it's during a weekday, it's going to be tough.
Yeah,
Hopefully
definitely.
not. Hopefully it's on a weekend for sure. We've still got a lot more to come this morning on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
thanks for streaming with us. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Good morning, 7:50. Back to Wake Up West Texas Extra. Checking in this morning. We want to appreciate everyone who's tuning in this morning. Get back to our poll questions of the morning as I bring up those on my computer screen at this very moment in time. Let's see here. Which place feels like it hides the most mysteries? All of these, to be honest with you. The ocean depths probably the main answer. We didn't pick those because we wanted to feel different. I don't know. A dense forest is a great one, though. I mean, that's a very good point. The things that a forest can hide. The largest cave in the world is hidden in a forest and wasn't discovered until a few years ago in Vietnam.
Wow.
Fascinating piece by Scott Pelley on 60 Minutes. Check it out on YouTube. 60 Minutes Overtime, in case you're wondering. That 60 Minutes, you know. That was my attempt at the clock.
Okay.
The stopwatch. Fascinating, and it brought me to your point of a forest hiding those kind of. It literally hit this massive hole in the ground, and it's incredibly beautiful, by the way, as well. Seeing through the trees up there, it's just. I wish I could show it. I don't know if there's some on NewsPath. I guess I can try and put some video in to show, because now I'm really interested in talking about it.
Yeah, 60 minutes
but a
is
medieval castle is a great one. That's what I went with, because I've seen videos of these massive complexes that extend into the underground as well. And I think of also in this kind of. I don't know, this kind of topic being like the pyramids. Like, what do those hold?
Yeah, they're huge. What is in that?
Or the mysteries of like government buildings that have tunnels and systems.
You know, we're going to get into it.
Yes.
Okay? Denver International Airport.
There's another one.
Okay. There's tunnels,
Oh boy.
allegedly,
At a scary airport like DIA.
for like government officials, and there's a whole Illuminati thing there.
These are the
and-
theories.
Yes,
Yes.
these are the theories. The funny thing is that DIA has rolled with it the past couple of years. They've been doing renovations, and
Why
there's
not?
like and there's like pictures, and it's like renovations or covering up government conspiracies.
Government cover-up.
It's hilarious. It's the funniest thing. So yes, I chose dense forest because yes, I mean, forests can hold a lot of things. You know,
Yes.
there's Bigfoot. There's, you know, shapeshifters. There's
Caves.
caves. You can't, and like even you know, from like an aerial view, you can't even see into these
Can't even
forests
see the
because of how
canopy, it's
these
too thick.
trees are. And so I chose a dense forest for this.
That's a great answer.
question.
Ancient cave is kind of tying in with that because I mean those caves go down forever, and then you do spelunking, and it gets into like the depths of it all. That term I like to use when possible. It means going through a tight spot in a cave. Then the Arctic wilderness. It's very specific, you know, because the Antarctic also
That
is
could
a
be a
topic.
good answer though too. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Any kind of tundra could definitely be part of that as well, under an ice. So just fascinating stuff for sure. Next question. What type of sporting event would you most want to attend? A football game, basketball game, baseball, soccer, hockey, other? Let us know. Sawyer chose hockey.
I
was not
did.
expecting that at all, just so you know. Not even in the slightest. I
You
was
know,
going to
I
say
used to
baseball.
watch, I mean, pretty much every sport with my dad, but my dad watches sports religiously, and I would watch hockey with him in the evenings. Don't really know how it works. Don't really,
Like,
you know,
fully understand,
no,
yeah.
You know, but that was kind of our thing, and we were supposed to go to an Avalanche game, Colorado Avalanche game in 2020, and well, you know what happened there, so we didn't get to end up going. So I still would love to go to a hockey game or a basketball game with him because we've never seen the Nuggets as well,
Denver
and I would like to go
Nuggets.
do that. So that would be really fun. I've been to a Broncos game with him, and I've been to many Rockies games with him, but hockey game would really be fun.
I went with clay shooting, like a championship or something. I'd love to go at least watch or take part.
Or you know what would be really fun, and I've been trying to do this, but it has been interesting so far, the Olympics.
Yeah.
2028 LA Olympics. I was in
So
the
cool.
raffle, or not the raffle, the ticket draw for that. Could have gotten tickets, but a lot of the tickets for the first drop were sold out, or they were insanely expensive.
Just too much, yeah.
So hopefully for the next one, we'll see what comes about with that. But it would be really fun to go to the Olympics, even though I feel like it would be chaotic, especially in LA. But the Olympics would be fun.
Okay, well, there you go. Let us know what you think. FirstAlert7.com/vote. Scan the QR code and comment below. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with a First Alert 7 news and weather update live from Scarborough Elementary School in Midland for their last day of school, and your First Alert forecast next.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Morning, one time now is 7:56 on this finally Friday morning. Good to have you here with us. I'm Matthew Alvarez alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy with a look outside. Sawyer, how's it looking?
Yeah, you know, it is a nice start to our day, final day of school for many kids across the region. Today it is going to be hot with highs into the 80s and 90s still. Looking at isolated thunderstorm chances this afternoon and evening, and even some isolated to scattered severe weather for those eastern portions of the region. Coming up tonight, partly cloudy, lows into the 50s and 60s. Overall, as we continue throughout the extended forecast, keeping some unsettled weather in the forecast, along with those below normal temperatures as well.
All right, so thank you very much for looking at that forecast. Glad it's nice weather outside for the last day of school for Midland ISD. That's where First Alert 7's Lauren Munt is, joining us live from Scarborough Elementary School. Lauren, what are you seeing right now as class gets into session?
Good morning, Matthew. You know, not a whole lot going on right now because all of those kids are in school. What we are seeing is parents walking in to get to see their sixth graders, because that's right, elementary school here at MISD is through sixth grade. Those sixth graders are going off to junior high next. And so a lot of those parents are coming in to get to see their sixth graders do their final walkthrough of their elementary school. We're seeing lots of flowers being brought in just to congratulate those sixth graders on their accomplishment of finishing elementary school. That's going on right here at Scarborough right now. But it's been super sweet. They're about to start that walkthrough. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of cheers coming from inside there. I remember my sixth grade walkthrough, I guess, was just very, very exciting, very emotional. And I'm sure that's what those sixth graders are feeling right now.
Okay, that's interesting. So what exactly is this sixth grade walkthrough? Sorry, now we're just discussing. What does that what does that exactly entail?
Yes, so the sixth graders are pretty much just going to walk around the school. Here they're giving the announcement right now to let them know that they're about to start that. It's pretty much a chance just to walk around your elementary school, see all of those teachers who you've had since kindergarten. They've been in this building. It's the only building they've known throughout their schooling career so far. And so it's just a chance for them to get to see those younger students, for those younger students to see them and think that, oh, I'm going to get to be there one day, and know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel here at the elementary school, that they're almost there, that they're going to get through and they're going to get to experience that like those sixth graders.
A light at the end of the tunnel. What a way to describe that for sure. But that's a good way to look at it.
Yes.
All right,
I mean,
Lauren,
it is.
Lauren Mudd joining us from Scarborough Elementary. Thank you very much for that. We'll check in with her in about another half an hour right here on First Alert 7. Just love to see all these kids showing up to school. We got to hear one on Wake Up West Texas Extra. Sounded really excited.
Yeah, and he was a sixth grader getting ready to move on from elementary school to middle school, so definitely a good day there.
Absolutely. Join us over on Wake Up West Texas Extra, streaming live on our Facebook page and YouTube channel, as well as our website. Make it a great Friday.
From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. Time now is 8:02 on this finally Friday morning. Meteorologist Sawyer McElroy is here with us now. Sawyer, good morning. I'm just kidding. She's standing off to the side. She's getting her mic on.
Sorry.
She had to run over here to the Weather Center and back and forth real quick. But we'll have a check your forecast a little bit later. In the meantime, take us with you wherever you go. Start your mornings with Sawyer and I from 5 to 7 a.m. on your TVs on Wake Up West Texas, and then 7 to 9 a.m. on Wake Up West Texas Extra, where we do a lot of extra news, extra fun, and extra magic as well. Look here, I'm going to say abracadabra, bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, boom. Sawyer is now here. Okay, now.
Ta-da!
Hello, Sawyer.
I was there, but then I didn't want to try and put my microphone because
On
my
camera,
microphone was off,
yeah.
so I didn't want to try and do that on camera, and then I
Sawyer
had to
has
shut
a
it
lot of
off so
juggling
you
to
don't
do.
hear it shuffle. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Sorry about that.
Well, glad you're here.
Hopefully that was, funny to you and not.
It's funny to me. Goodness gracious. We're having a good time, though, this morning because we're celebrating with the students today, their last day of school for Midland ISD. Extra County ISD wrapped up yesterday.
Yes, there were a lot of kids in the mall
Yes.
yesterday. I
They're
noticed them. I was like,
wrapping up their
yes,
school
it's
year.
summertime. The children are back in the mall.
You know, I was thinking, not to get newsy right now because we haven't gone to the news headlines, but I want to talk about some of the big changes. This is a school year of change heading into the new school year. We're about to launch a new middle school in West Odessa. First time there's a campus outside, well, not really. First time there's a secondary campus outside of the Odessa city limits in the way of Vasquez Middle School out over in West Odessa. Currently, there are elementary campuses outside of the city limits in Odessa. I'm thinking of Cavazos. Bice, I think, is still in city limits, and then there's Buddy West out west. But it's something that the district is focused on, especially in their bonds, about serving secondary campuses outside of the school districts. Currently, the city limits, I keep saying school district, outside of the city of Odessa's limits. Because currently all of the secondary campuses for middle and high schools are within city limits.
Wow.
Obviously, the goal is to have an extra high school eventually, so that'll be something to focus on. But that is something that's launching in August when they get back into session.
Wow.
Is the launch of Vasquez Middle School in West Odessa. Midland ISD, of course, undergoing lots of changes. They had some changes this past school year. Sawyer was a part of that as well, actually. You went to Midland ISD to welcome in their school year at their newest elementary school over in that part of the Lone Star Elementary School.
Lone Star Trails. Sorry.
Elementary School, and that was exciting to be able to launch that last year.
Yeah, that was really fun. Brand new school. Hopefully they all had a great school year. And it was really fun to be able to kick off that school year with them. And Lauren Munt is out at Scarborough Elementary, where I've spent first day of school as well. So she's hanging out with them on their last day of school.
That's true, and do appreciate that coverage. And we'll join her in about 10 more minutes here on Wake Up West Texas. In the meantime, though, why don't we get to West Texas Weighs In, our polls of the hour. Let's take a look at what we have. What type of sporting event would you like to attend the most out of this list, or maybe there's something else? There's football games, basketball, baseball, soccer, hockey. Sawyer took it a different direction in a sport that I didn't know she would want to go. So maybe this is a game you would want to attend as maybe a discovery event, like kind of like, I'm interested in this one, let me go try it out. Since I go to baseball games all the time, I'll go to a hockey game, as in your case.
Yeah, I chose a hockey game mostly because I was supposed to go to a hockey game and COVID canceled it. So I've never been to, and by my hockey game, I mean National Hockey League, NHL game. I have been to a Jackalopes game. That was really fun. Got to throw the carrots. That was really exciting.
That sounds fun.
Didn't know that was a thing, but I loved it. So a National Hockey League game would be really fun to go to. Cheer on my Colorado Avalanche. I've been to many a baseball game, Colorado Rockies, Rockhounds, of course. I've been to Mets games. I've been to Yankees games in New York City. I've been to one Bronco game in my life. It was very cold. And we were also in the nosebleeds.
Oh boy, up high in the, what is that stadium? Wasn't it Gillette at one time or something?
No.
No, was that something else?
I have no idea what that field is called anymore. We used to call it Mile High.
Empower Field at Mile High. So I guess they kind of merged the names with the sponsor.
Yes. It's been many a thing throughout the year.
So it looks like they play soccer there too, the FC?
Yes,
Okay.
there's like a women's hockey. Soccer league that plays there, and it was like one of the most attended women's sporting events ever.
Wow, okay.
And that was a couple weeks ago. But yeah.
5,280 feet above sea level.
Yes, it is mile high. I lived when I was in college down the street from it. I have some very good views of that stadium. Also, the Meow Wolf is right there.
The Meow Wolf?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
If you don't know what that is.
Have to Google it.
Yes, it's like literally right next to the Bronco Stadium. So we usually just call it the Bronco Stadium or Mile High. So I've been to a couple of those, or at least one. It was very cold, and they played the Raiders.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm looking at this Meow Wolf immersive art experience.
Surprised you have never heard of that.
I've never heard of that. I like the name a
There's
lot.
one in Albuquerque as well. That's like the OG one, I think.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
I'll have to check that out sometime. Good advice there if you're heading out on a trip to Denver or Albuquerque, apparently. Which place feels like it hides the most mysteries? FirstAlert7.com/vote. Scan the QR code and comment below. The ocean depths, a dense forest, ancient cave, the Arctic wilderness, a medieval castle, or other. Let us know. I chose a excuse me, no, I did not.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
Yeah, you
yeah, I
did.
did. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking, I don't remember that. But yes, no, a medieval castle is what I chose because it has so many different, I'm talking a very large castle system, very old European castle from a millennia ago or so. And there are still those kind of ancient structures in the old world. And I think that would be interesting to hear about. And of course, the ocean depths just got on the board, and I think that's a great answer. And it's probably the answer.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? Like 80% of the ocean still hasn't been explored.
Almost
like
all of it.
Pretty much what we know is like the bare minimum of what we can't,
Truly.
can know about the ocean. So just because A, the ocean is so vast, and B,
It's water. Yeah.
It's
the
water,
pressure.
The pressure, you don't even know how deep it is at some points.
It's almost more intense than space because we can at least send people into space. There's certain limits. There's very high limits when you go down below water.
Yes.
As we've seen. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let us know what you think. FirstAlert7.com/vote.
Yes.
As we take a live look outside this morning over the skies of Odessa.
This is a beautiful day.
Yes. Happy first day of summer, kids. Not summer.
I thought you were going to say first day of school.
You
I was
were
like,
about to stop
yes,
me.
good job. Yes, first day of summer break.
Break, yes. Not the season. Still got a month out for that.
Yes.
A little less
Truly
than a month
exactly
now.
a month, I think. 21st-ish.
Perfect. Okay. So 1 month left to spring.
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful start to the day out in Odessa. As you can see, though, not a ton of traffic because
No.
UCSD, done.
The
Done-
kids are
done for the year.
sleeping in and
They're
watching
hanging out.
Extra
No
in their
buses
homes.
on the road. Yes, please watch Extra.
And then let's, of course, also, of course, at the same time, get another quick check of your headlines on this Friday morning. For your morning extra, the things that you should know as well on this Friday morning. I'm trying to get back on the script
Sorry,
here. Goodness.
yes.
Let's begin tracking crime, though. We do have to get to a story out of Alpine, an update for you. We're learning more details about this man here who was arrested after a standoff at a Holiday Inn. This is 43-year-old Jared Shipman of San Angelo. Alpine police say they were called to the hotel about an aggravated assault. Police say the victim told them that she was on a date with Shipman when he began to sexually assault her and choke her. Shipman then showed a firearm and put it against the victim's head and threatened to kill her. The victim was able to escape and call for help. Shipman stayed in the room, but eventually came out willingly and was arrested. He was taken to the Brewster County Jail. Shipman facing charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated sexual assault, and assault by family member impeding breath or circulation. In Odessa, police arrested a man who vandalized the fallen officer memorial outside of their headquarters. 35-year-old John Adam Zuniga has been charged with criminal mischief. On May 17th, OPD responded to a report that a man had used a metal pole to smash an electrical meter belonging to Encore. Officers later learned Zuniga had damaged the sword to the fallen officer statue at the Odessa Police Department. The one-of-a-kind statue is worth $88,000. Zuniga was charged in connection to damaging the statue itself. And on top of that, on May 17th, OPD was called to the Stripes on 8th Street after someone threw a rock through the window, which was also identified to be Zuniga. Zuniga is being charged with criminal mischief and failure to identify to a peace officer. In Reeves County, Sheriff Art Granado tells First Alert 7 that the Adult Probation Office in Reeves County got an anonymous call from a male voice claiming there was a bomb in the building. It happened around 4:15 yesterday afternoon. Granado saying the Adult Probation Office called 911 and the Sheriff's Office along with Pecos Police responded. After clearing the building with their canine and robot, officials left the scene at about 6:15 p.m. The investigation continues.
Turning to education now, the Region 18 Education Service Center held its second annual Community Resource Fair in Midland yesterday, connecting attendees with local organizations and resources that they might need.
The fair provided opportunities for students, families, and school district employees to meet with the community. Around 40 booths from nonprofits to large businesses all shared information and resources with students and families. Organizers say the event is instrumental in helping the community discover what's available to them.
resources, activities, things that they can use within their homes or within the community, and just be aware of what's out there. Our true role here is to bring engagement, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here. We had such great luck last year with everything, so we hope to keep this going every year.
Region 18 is one of is one of 20 education service centers within the state, serving 33 school districts and 7 charter schools across 19 counties here in West Texas, aiming to improve student performance and help school districts operate more efficiently. And now to news in the community. Shares Southwest High School foreign exchange program and is looking for host families for their upcoming group of students.
The goal, to provide an opportunity for people of different cultures to learn about other views and ways of life. The Share Student Exchange Program sponsors high school students from all around the world. Students study abroad and attend the local school district there, the high school usually, where the host family lives. Students are matched with a host family based on their interests and personalities. Anyone interested in hosting a student must be at least 24 years old and pass a background check. Everyone in the house has to. And English must be the language spoken in the house.
Exchange students are expected to participate as active members of the family household, as well as to share their own country's culture, politics, and recipes.
Different cultures and the cultures coming together to become one. And I also think that that's important just for society as a whole, just to learn from different cultures, because everywhere in the world, everybody's different, but everybody matters.
While they are here, students are considered family and community members.
That was your Morning Extra on this Friday.
You can find all of the latest news, weather, and sports by logging on to FirstAlert7.com, our mobile news app, or by following the First Alert 7 Facebook page.
Let's take a live look outside. 8:13 on this finally Friday, the last day of school for Midland. Looking over Odessa, where kids are out of school now on summer break there. They wrapped up yesterday. Permian High School had their graduation yesterday. And today, well, Midland Legacy will be holding their graduation at Astound Broadbent Stadium. Midland High graduated yesterday over at Astound. Luckily, the weather shaped up nicely for them.
Yeah, you know, it was a little bit of a concern yesterday with those storms rolling through the area. It did rain for about 30 to 45 minutes, decently around like 4 p.m., but that was pretty much it for the Midland Odessa area yesterday. So that was the good news there. Today, looking to be rather dry as we continue throughout the day as well. So shouldn't see any issues once again for Midland and Odessa graduations coming up later today.
Enjoy and congrats, grads. Very proud of you. Take us with you wherever you go, though. You can take us with you to college, too. Watch us on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Download our app. It's completely free of charge. It's First Alert 7 on your schedule. We'll be right back with live coverage from Midland ISD's last day of school with Lauren Munt. Stay with us. It's the last day of school for Midland ISD.
Yes, definitely an exciting day for those students getting ready for their summer break.
First Alert 7's Lauren Munt has been out at Scarborough Elementary School all morning long, getting a look at the kids entering their school for their last day. And Lauren, today is not going to be a full day for them.
No, Matthew, about a half day for them, and honestly, not even really a half day at that, because the whole day is just a bunch of celebrations. There's no actual school happening in there today. It's a lot of fun, exciting celebrations. The sixth graders in particular, they're getting a walk around right now. They were playing Pomp and Circumstance a couple seconds ago, and so they're walking around their old elementary school, or what's soon to be their old elementary school, and the rest of the kids are partying. I saw some kids in pajamas. They're kind of just hanging out today and soaking in those last moments of this year at Scarborough Elementary.
Fun there. I mean, it's so nice to, of course, hear earlier from a student you spoke to. How excited was he walking in? We got to hear from him directly. What was that interview like with him?
Yeah, Eli. So Eli is actually the assistant principal's son. And so we also spoke to his mom a little bit earlier on Wake Up West Texas Extra. So yeah, it was really kind of full circle to get to talk to his mom and then talk to him just about what the sixth grade year meant. Eli had some really cute things to say. I think you guys missed it. I think you guys just joined after he had given this response, but he basically was talking to the elementary school kids that he was leaving behind and telling them that, if you just smile and you make friends, then you'll have a great time at Scarborough Elementary, and that Scarborough is great for getting to know people and just getting ready to start your MISD journey.
Wonderful. And we want to bring up some graduation photos. Lauren, you're up first. Can you tell us about your photo?
Oh boy. Okay, which one do you have? Because I can't see them, but which one?
It's the one, it's a close-up of you.
Is it the one of me at my elementary school?
Sure.
Okay, yes, so that was taken at my elementary school, Great House Elementary, go Knights, and it was taken, we kind of just, I have a lot more like that where I was like on the playground at the elementary school, but I wanted to take my pictures in my cap and gown at the place where it all started for me, just kind of like these kids at Scarborough.
That's really sweet. I really love that description there, that you're able to go back, full circle moment. And, I've seen that in a lot of kids where school districts, they'll have the seniors go down to the elementary schools. I don't know if you had those visits, Lauren, when you were younger, but we definitely did when the seniors would come all the way back down to elementary
we did
level,
the walk around.
And talk about that.
Yeah, it was super fun. We did the same thing. You walk around, and it was fun to get to see the people that I had gone through kindergarten through 12th grade with, and so we did that. We took pictures and got to hang out just at our elementary school. We got to see our kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Hall. She was there, and yeah, just a ton of fun to get to see the place that, I don't know how to keep saying it. You started it all.
Truly, truly, indeed. Yes, that's a good point as well. You're currently at the front of Scarborough Elementary, is that correct?
Yes, I walked off camera. Sorry. Did you need me back on? I walked off. The sun is shining in my eyes. But that's correct. Here outside of Scarborough Elementary, we're seeing a lot of parents coming in and out to be able to celebrate their kids as they kind of finish off their elementary school journey. Or for some of the ones that are just starting it, some of the kindergarten parents are here having parties as well.
Okay, as we wrap things up, can we expect more from your interviews a little bit later today?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have not tonight, it's my tonight because I get up early, but it is this afternoon on First Alert 7 News at noon with Jacob Brandenburg. I'll have a closer look at what Eli had to say about his years here at Scarborough Elementary.
All right, that was a lot of fun there at Scarborough this morning. A lot of kids passing through. We definitely saw it was busy earlier.
Yeah, it was very busy. They are in school already for their final day, and like you said, it's a final day or half day to just kind of wrap up the school year.
It is. So thank you very much, Lauren, for your coverage. We'll check in with her in just a few minutes for our news and weather update. Stay with us. We'll be back in just 3 minutes here on Wake Up West Texas Extra.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Time now is 8:25. Good morning to you. I'm Matthew Alvarez here alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy with a look at the forecast. Sawyer, how's it looking today?
Yeah, you know, it is a nice start to our day. Here's a look at those first alert weather headlines. We do have isolated storms once again as we continue through the day, especially for those eastern portions of the region. Our active and rainy period does continue along with those below normal temperatures. Here's a live look outside of the skies of Midland this morning, where we are seeing traffic moving along nicely on I-20. Temperatures currently sitting in the 50s, 60s, and even a few 70s this morning. 64 in Midland, 63 here in Odessa, with winds anywhere from being calm to 15 miles per hour. We are starting off the day with a mixture of blue sky, sunshine, and some clouds. And temperatures through the day are going to warm up nicely with highs into the 80s and 90s. 90 for Midland and Odessa, 94 for Pecos and Presidio, 91 for Fort Stockton. Winds through the day anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Like I mentioned, some isolated to even scattered strong severe storms will be possible for those areas highlighted in dark green. Large hail, strong winds, the main threats. However, a tornado or two cannot be ruled out, especially for those far northeastern portions of the region. Coming up tonight, expect partly cloudy skies, lows into the 50s and 60s, 63 for Midland and Odessa. And here's a look at that First Alert 7-10-day forecast, where we are going to see slightly cooler temperatures coming up Saturday and Sunday. Monday for Memorial Day, not looking too bad. Mostly sunny, 88 degrees. Then we are going to see those temperatures, like I mentioned, remaining below normal for this time of year. 84 on Tuesday, 88 Wednesday, with a decent chance for showers and thunderstorms both of those days. So like I mentioned earlier, our active and rainy period does continue along with those below normal temperatures.
Okay, Sawyer, thank you very much. Glad to see the forecast shaping up for graduation ceremonies once again tonight.
Yes, definitely looking pretty good for those graduations coming up later today.
Okay, First Alert 7's Lauren Munt has been keeping us up to date with last day of school coverage from Midland ISD. Lauren, where are you at this morning?
Good morning, Matthew. Yeah, I'm here at Scarborough Elementary. Those kiddos are already in class, but we're seeing kind of some foot traffic here as parents come in, mostly because they're coming to go see their sixth graders as they're kind of walking the halls and getting ready to end this chapter of their education. They're ending their elementary school, heading off to the junior high level. We're also seeing some parents going in just to celebrate their teachers who've been with their students the whole year, and even the principals. We in fact caught up with one of those principals here on Wake Up West Texas earlier this morning. Here's a look at that interview.
Very excited. I just finished my first year as baby principal this year, so I'm very excited.
So you've completed one full year of that. What have you noticed is different from that first day of school to today?
Lots of things. I know the children a lot better. There's some besties that I have that are very special and dear to my heart. I have a sixth grader who's graduating to junior high today, and so that's kind of bittersweet, but I'm excited that I got to spend this year with him. I learned a lot of things. I'm a principal fellow that's now the assistant principal, and so that has been a huge difference from day one to now.
How are you feeling about some of those sixth graders leaving Scarborough Elementary this year?
We had a really great group this year, and so I'm really sad to see them go. They're some great kids, and you know, as a mom, I'm really nervous about my kid going to junior high, but I think he'll be fine.
All right, well, we've got only just a couple of seconds. What do you want your students to know as they head into the summer break?
First of all, to be safe, and to have fun and enjoy their break. And
thanks for joining us, and have a great day.
From First Alert 7 News, with coverage of the Permian Basin, you're watching Wake Up West Texas Extra.
Good morning, everyone. 8:32 on this finally Friday morning, and we are blasting through this show because we're having so much fun with our last day of school coverage for Midland ISD.
Yeah, definitely having a lot of fun out there. Lauren Munn is at Scarborough Elementary in Midland for their final day of school. Everybody is in class already this morning. They just have a couple more hours left of their school day, and a lot of fun is being had over there.
Absolutely. It is a half day for them, and Extra County ISD got out yesterday, so they're on their first day of summer break already. So a lot going on across the area. We'll keep you posted through the rest of the day right here on First Alert 7. Well, on First Alert 7. You're on our streaming platform now, but same here too. Our newscasts all air on the First Alert 7 app, which you can download on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. In the meantime, we're talking your money. With interest rates still high, borrowing money is more expensive than it's been in years. A lot of people are making credit mistakes that they don't even realize.
In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Rachel DePompa sits down with a NerdWallet credit expert to clear up some big myths about your credit score.
Let's dive right in. Myth number one, that you have to carry a small balance on your card from month to month to improve your credit score. Sarah Rathner, a personal finance expert with NerdWallet, says not true.
And what you're doing in this instance is you're needlessly paying interest on a balance that's small enough that you might be able to afford to just pay it off entirely and not carry any credit card debt at all. And the thing is, you can build and establish your credit in a really good way by paying all of your bills in full on time every month.
Myth number two, that you should have one credit score, that what you see maybe in your banking app is your score. Rathner says not true.
That is one of many scores that you have. It's a way to see generally where you are, but it is not necessarily the same credit score that a lender is going to be using when they are evaluating a loan or a credit card application that you fill out.
And myth number three, once you've paid off a card, you should close your account immediately. Rathner says while that can be a good move if it's a card that's been getting you into trouble because you keep using it, she says there are alternatives because closing a credit card account can affect your credit score. She says it can knock you down a couple of points temporarily and adjust your total credit limit, which can affect the percentage of credit you are using, and it can reduce the average age of your credit accounts. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Rachel DePompa.
Well, many of us may have been lucky enough to have one set of twins in our class growing up, but at one Missouri elementary school, it's not just two heads that are turning heads.
As Local News Live's Steve Harris shows us, this kindergarten class is taking twinning to a whole new level.
I hope you're good with numbers, because this story at St. Patrick's School in Winsville's got 'em. 23 backpacks on hooks, 20 footprints on the floor, and 3 kindergarten classrooms in which you'll find these 10 kids with 5 last names.
My name's Salo, and this is my brother. My name is Cody. My name's Owen, this is my brother. My name's Nolan. My name's Molly, and this is my brother. My name's Andrew. My name's Hazel, this is my brother. My name's Justin, My name's Joe, this is my brother. My name is James.
Did you catch that? 5. Count 'em, 5 sets of twins.
It's a blast.
Jill Gould is the principal.
When they started registering, we thought it was kind of funny after the first couple. And then we got a third set, then a fourth, and then a fifth. And they were all boy-girl.
They split them up in the classrooms.
Having them in separate classrooms has been unique because they've learned their own autonomy. They've gained their own individuality.
But at recess,
Hi, Mom.
the bond is back.
We make forts together? Yeah.
Forts?
I'm a master fort builder.
He's also got some sick dance moves.
I like playing with my sister because I don't like playing by myself.
At 5 or 6 years old, they were all born around the time of the COVID quarantine.
Yeah, do the math.
I was never very good at math. So what are the odds of having 5 sets of twins in the same kindergarten class of 70? Well, I Googled it, and here's the answer. Quoting Google, this scenario is not just rare, it is mathematically miraculous. Makes sense? Steve Harris, First Alert 4.
Do you ever feel like you're laying in bed at night and just simply can't get any rest? Maybe feeling anxious? Well, joining us now to discuss this is Christy Edwards with Centers for Children and Families. Christy, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Matthew.
So good to have you here. So the question is, of course, why do we feel so anxious tonight? Why does this happen, and is there anything we can possibly do about it?
So, anxiety can surface at any time, but there are a few reasons it may feel more intense at bedtime. Most of us are incredibly busy during the waking hours, and our attention is pulled in many different directions. So, we have limited time to think about our worries. At night, while we lie in bed, there are fewer distractions from the thoughts that make us anxious.
Christy, how can we slow our anxious thoughts at nighttime?
Since better sleep helps decrease our anxiety, general good sleep hygiene practices like going to bed, waking up at the same times every day, avoiding screens before bedtimes can help. These additional tips might help address anxious bedtime thinking as well. So establish a caffeine cutoff. Caffeine's half-life is approximately 5 hours, meaning if you have an 8-ounce cup at 4, you'll still have half that cup's caffeine in your system by 9. That's a problem because caffeine not only keeps you awake, it's also known for making anxiety symptoms worse. Instead, consider sipping your last cup of coffee at least 10 hours before your bedtime. Put your worries onto paper. If you're prone to overthinking at night, like many of us are, experts recommend writing in a journal at the end of the day. Sometimes our ballooning to-do list can make us stressed. Some examples are, write these down. I need to buy milk, or send an email to so-and-so. Writing these down can keep the thoughts from creeping up later. In a recent study, researchers found that those who spent only 5 minutes writing to-do lists before going to sleep fell asleep faster than those who wrote in their journal about tasks they had already completed. So thirdly, give yourself something to look forward to. If you lie in bed thinking about how much you hate your job, the pile of work on your desk, family dysfunction, and other things, then of course you're not going to sleep well. But if you give yourself something to look forward to in the morning, going on a walk with a friend, listening to a favorite podcast or favorite music, anticipating your favorite morning beverage, you have positive thoughts to draw on, which can replace the negative ones that keep you awake. So optimism in general has been linked with better sleeping, so incorporating a few of these suggestions might help quiet your bedtime thoughts. If you consistently wake up tired and stressed despite trying these things, might be time to consult a therapist or a doctor for additional help.
And of course, we continue our last day of school coverage. Midland ISD students wrapping up their day.
Yeah, Lauren Mutton was out at Scarborough Elementary School this morning giving us a look at the last day of school for MISD students.
Good morning, Matthew. Yeah, that's right. I'm here with Assistant Principal Jessica Brown. Jessica, how are you feeling today?
Very excited. I just finished my first year as baby principal this year, so I'm very excited.
So you've completed one full year of that. What have you noticed is different from that first day of school to today?
Lots of things. I know the children a lot better. There's some besties that I have that are very special and dear to my heart. I have a 6th grader who's graduating to junior high today, and so that's kind of bittersweet, but I'm excited that I got to spend this year with him. I learned a lot of things. I'm a principal fellow that's now the assistant principal, and so that has been a huge difference from day one to now.
How are you feeling about some of those 6th graders leaving Scarborough Elementary this year?
We had a really great group this year, and so I'm really sad to see them go. They're some good great kids, and you know, as a mom, I'm really nervous about my kid going to junior high, but I think he'll be fine.
All right, well, we've got only just a couple of seconds. What do you want your students to know as they head into the summer break?
First of all, to be safe and to have fun and enjoy their break and be excited for next year to come back.
All right, thank you so much, Jessica, and happy last day of school.
Thank you.
Matthew, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you guys in studio. We're going to have more last day of school coverage here from Scarborough Elementary all morning long.
Okay, well, that was a lot of fun. I think that was earlier on Wake Up West Texas, hearing from that principal of Scarborough Elementary School, having a great time out there. Welcoming the kids back in. They have a lot of festivities. I'm sure today as they wrap up and say goodbye to their teachers. I remember our last day in elementary, truly a 6th grade elementary school. At the time, that's when 6th grade was in elementary in Odessa. And we would go through and we had our kind of version of a yearbook and had the teachers sign them as well.
Interesting.
It was very interesting for sure. It was like I think it was just maybe a book with blank pages, and they just signed that. And I still have it to this day, if I can remember correctly.
Only got 3 yearbooks in my life. I got my 5th grade, I got my 8th grade, and I got my 12th grade. And so don't remember my 5th grade final day of school, but we probably did
Something
signings
similar.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or at least our second to last day of school, because I don't, especially for like middle school and elementary school, I don't think I went the last day because we had a half day, and I was like,
You're like, I'm
It's
not
like
going
my
to go to
final
school.
grades are in, school's done. I was like, nah,
That's true.
I'm starting vacation
And that was
early.
all 3 of them?
Senior year, I had to go for my final day.
Okay.
But I don't remember. I think we still had like finals that day. But we ended a week
Okay.
early before we graduated.
Okay.
And everybody
Interesting.
else still had
Still
school
had
next
school.
week.
Okay. Well, sounds good. Thanks for joining us here. We're going to still a lot more to come here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Stay with us. Morning, everyone. Time now is 8:45 on this finally Friday morning. Good to have you with us here on Wake Up West Texas Extra. It's a part where we want everyone at home to weigh in on these polls that we have to pull up. The first one being, what place feels like it hides the most mysteries? And it could be mysteries of any kind, of course. We're talking about the ocean depths, a dense forest, an ancient cave, the Arctic wilderness, a medieval castle, or other. Let us know. I chose a medieval castle. Out of this list, I mean, it probably is among the lower ends of it, but I think it's fascinating how many, back in the day, there were tunnel systems and all kinds of connections between castles.
Secret passageways.
Just think of Buckingham Palace. It's not a castle necessarily, but it's a large structure that's been there forever and ever. And I think it would be fascinating to see some of those ancient European castles that have a lot of lore and mystery tied to them for sure. And possibly secret areas inside of it that you can't access. So that's kind of what I'm thinking of. Tying into that would be like the pyramids, kind of monuments to, ancient pharaohs.
I chose a dense forest. I think forests are not scary, but they do hold a lot of mysteries, whether it's a creature, an animal, or, just secrets. I chose a forest.
The forest is a good one as well. The ocean depths, I think, is the answer, of course.
Yes.
That's one that's very obvious, I think, because the ocean is just almost completely unexplored, other than probably off coastlines and maybe some trenches that are well mapped. But other than that, really, you don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean. Our next one, what type of sporting event would you most want to attend? A football game, a basketball game, a baseball game, a soccer game, or a hockey game? Other? Let us know what you think. I went with other. I would like to go to a sporting clay event. I've gotten into it so much in the last few months, and I've seen some of them online, and they're incredible. Some of the fields that they have out there, and it's just an interesting sport, something that you don't necessarily think of when you think of a sporting event. So I think something out of the ordinary would be fun.
No, yeah, you mentioned that earlier, and I was like, oh, it's an interesting perspective.
Like something you don't think of.
Yeah, no, that is something that you don't think of. And obviously, like shooting is a sport. I feel like that's not something that you think of off the top of your mind, but that is really awesome. I think that would be fun as well. You also said ultimate frisbee earlier.
That would be cool. I saw that. I've seen it online.
I think going to like the Kentucky Derby would be fun as well because, you know, you get to dress up. It's, you know, at the Kentucky Downs, very fancy.
Yes.
And then the race is over in like
very
5 minutes,
yeah,
if
it's
that.
very short.
And, you know, everybody's just cheering for their horse. And I don't know if I could bet because, you know, but I think it would still be fun to go to a horse race.
I think something else you could add to this list, like in kind of like racing sport, F1, NASCAR, things like that, those kind of sports would be interesting to attend as well.
That's what our director would choose.
Sure, I would love to go see the one in Austin.
The F1 races?
Yes. I saw a sign for it when I was in Austin a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, that looks so cool. I would love to just go down there, hang out. It's like an observation area you can look out at, but really cool. Let us know what you think. Firstalert7.com/vote. Scan the QR code. We want to hear from you.
And make sure to take us with you wherever you go, work, the grocery store, you name it. You can watch your favorite First Alert 7 shows on our app. Download it now on your connected TV, phone, or tablet. Start your mornings with Wake Up West Texas from 5 to 7, and then Wake Up West Texas Extra from 7 to 9 every weekday morning. You can also watch us live on the First Alert 7 Facebook page and YouTube channel. And now time for a live look outside over the skies of Midland this morning. I-20 there, traffic moving along nicely and rather quiet this morning. Let's head over to Fort Stockton. This is a beautiful view this morning. Blue sky, sunshine, a very, very nice start to the day. And it's been a little bit gloomy the past couple of mornings, so it is really nice to see that sun. Odessa also looking beautiful as we start off our finally Friday. Lots of blue sky, sunshine. Very little traffic there on Granby this morning as those ECSD kiddos are already on summer break. And then let's head over to, did we get this camera back? I don't know. Let's see. It doesn't look like it. I was going to go to our Presidio camera, but I don't think it's active. We will go to our Big Spring camera.
Big Spring,
and go to the eastern Permian Basin. And this is where we could see some severe weather coming up later today. So Midland, Odessa area, we have some storm chances, but they are very, very slight, about 5 to 10% chance. Big Spring, a little bit higher, you know, Kahoma, Colorado City, those areas looking at a chance for some severe weather later today.
I have to say, it looks nice out there right now. Earlier, we did see some fog in portions of Big Spring.
Yes.
Very light, patchy fog. It wasn't too much and it kind of burned off pretty quickly as it warmed up out there. But nonetheless, really nice to see. Today, expected to be quite warm out there as we look at the 10-day forecast. It's not looking too bad today, but there's definitely some turbulent weather possible over the next few days.
Yes, and here's a look at that 10-day forecast. 90 today, so we are going to see highs back into the 80s and 90s across the region. Mostly sunny, and like I mentioned, only about a 5 to 10% chance of showers and thunderstorms for the Midland, Odessa area. Then this weekend, still hanging on to some slight rain and storm chances, but a little bit cooler Saturday and Sunday, mid-80s for those highs. Memorial Day coming up on Monday, about 88, mostly sunny, overall quiet. Tuesday and Wednesday, though, 2 days you want to keep an eye on because we do have decent chances of rain and thunderstorms both of those days. You know, no indications of severe weather yet, at least not confident, you know, indications, but still something you want to keep an eye on. Make sure to download that First Alert 7 weather app and keep that handy.
Good to have. Let's take a look at this now. A new record was set on Mount Everest on Wednesday. The most people to reach its summit from the south side in one single day. 274 climbers made it to the top. That is 51 more climbers than the previous record set in 2019. Right now, it is typical small window of time where conditions are best for mountain climbers to get up to Everest. That is a lot of people.
It is 270-ish people.
Yes, so many people.
That's a lot of people to try and climb up a mountain at the same time. Obviously not all at the same time, but you know, around the same time. Looks fun. I did some slight research earlier. There is a window from about March to mid-May that it's kind of the peak the optimal climbing conditions. As you can see down at camp, there's not much snow on the ground. Obviously, the higher you get, there is snow. Good weather conditions. Also, $11,000 for a permit.
That's insane.
To
My
scale
goodness. Wow.
Mount Everest, at least from one of the sides, because you can approach it from two sides. And like you mentioned, this is the south side. The other side, it is more money. It's about $18,000.
$18,000.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, so this is something, obviously you've got to be serious about it. You've got to be really invested in it. And, there is quite an investment involved in this. This is not just a quick tourist attraction. This is truly for the best of those who are into mountain climbing and really are athletic in build. And so they're able to kind of handle this because there's a lot of strain, I'm sure, getting up there.
Would you ever scale Mount Everest, Matt?
If I was in shape, no, I still wouldn't probably. I don't know. It's just not something that's I guess I don't see it as attainable. It's all about putting your mind to it. But there's no air up there. It's very high. It's 32,000 feet tall.
It is very tall. It's very high. Many people have passed away on their journey.
Many people, and are still there.
I was going to say, and they get frozen to the mountain. So that kind of is concerning.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it was like the peak optimal time and, conditions were good and, the weather looked good.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If I was on a huge group too.
Yeah, with
I'd
like
have
a
to go
big
with
group.
A lot of people, yeah.
Wake Up West Texas team trip
to Mount Everest.
We actually have somebody
could
at our
do
station
extra
that
from
wants
there.
to do that. So,
that's true.
But anyway, so I think that would be, I don't know. We'll see. TBD.
TBD, that's for sure. Okay. Well, in the meantime, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the First Alert 7 news and weather update for our viewers on television. We appreciate you being here with us. Sawyer and I will be right back after this. Stay with us.
From First Alert 7 News, this is a Wake Up West Texas news and weather update.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Time now is 8:55. Good to be here with you. I'm Matthew Alvarez alongside meteorologist Sawyer McElroy with a look at the forecast. Sawyer, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew. Happy finally Friday. Here's a look at those First Alert weather headlines. We still hang on to some slight chances for isolated storms, especially across those eastern portions of the region today, with our active and rainy period continuing along with below normal temperatures. Here's a live look outside over the skies. A big spring this morning, a beautiful start to the day out there in the eastern Permian Basin. Temperatures sitting in the 50s, 60s, and 70s across the region. 65 in Midland, 63 here in Odessa, with winds anywhere from being calm to about 15 miles per hour. And we are starting off the day with mostly sunny skies and quiet conditions. Here's a look at our hourly temperatures as we head through the day. It is going to be hot with highs into the 80s and 90s by this afternoon and evening. 90 for Midland and Odessa, 94 for Pecos and Presidio, 91 for Fort Stockton, 92 for Monahans. Winds through the day anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Like I mentioned, isolated to even scattered strong severe storms will be possible for those eastern portions of the region. Most of our area, though, looking to see those isolated storms were large hail, strong winds, the main threats, but even a tornado or two cannot be ruled out, especially across those far northeastern counties. Looking at tonight, we are going to see lows into the 50s and 60s under partly cloudy skies with winds anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Looking ahead to that First Alert 7 10-day forecast, we are going to see temperatures slightly cooler for the weekend, still hanging on to some slight rain and thunderstorm chances, along with pleasant conditions coming up Monday for Memorial Day, 88, mostly sunny and overall quiet. Then some more unsettled weather coming up Tuesday and Wednesday, along with those below normal temperatures sticking around as we head throughout the rest of the next 10 days.
Sawyer, thank you. Tracking crime in Odessa, where police arrested a man who vandalized the fallen memorial outside of their headquarters. 35-year-old John Zuniga has been charged with criminal mischief. On May 17th, OPD responded to a report that a man had used a metal pole to smash an electrical meter belonging to Encore. Officers later learned Zuniga had damaged the sword to the fallen statue at the Odessa Police Department. The one-of-a-kind statue is worth $88,000. Zuniga was charged in connection to damaging the statue. On top of that, on May 17th, OPD responded to stripes on 8th Street after someone threw a large rock through the front door, which was also identified to be Zuniga. Zuniga is being charged with criminal mischief and failure to identify to a police officer. Your first alert now, where we have an update on the XTRA County jury that has awarded $49 million to the family of a 29-year-old husband and father who was killed in a crash near Midland. The Amons law firm says Stephen Robert Mick died after an OPG Logistics 18-wheeler turned left in front of him on FM 307 back on January 27, 2025. Jurors found the driver, Bjorkis Sanchez Fernandez, failed to yield the right-of-way and made an unsafe left turn, causing the crash. They said the driver and OPG Logistics were grossly negligent and awarded $40.5 million in damages, assigning 65% of the responsibility to OPG Logistics and 35% to the driver, along with another $8.5 million in punitive damages. A scam alert out of XTRA County, where officials are warning about a health inspector, a fake one, going around. The county says the scammer is demanding money for a new state license or threatening to close the truck. According to officials, they are also trying to conduct health official inspections. Officials say they are taking steps to avoid falling victims to the scam. Those should include asking for identification, verifying inspector credentials by reaching out to the health department directly, never give business information on the spot, and report suspicious activity immediately. The health department is looking into this scammer going around. We'll have another check of your news and weather coming your way on First Alert 7 News at noon. Make it a great Friday and have a wonderful weekend. Well, we've had a lot of fun on this Friday for the last day of school for Midland ISD. Kids starting their summer break now.
Yes, definitely have a safe break, everybody. We'll see you back here on Monday.